Well, welcome back to Better Living. I'm joined now by L.J. Hamilton. He is the author of Codes Decoded, a woman's guide to overcoming manipulation. I'm trying to say it how it is, you know, on the cover here. And I was kind of joking with you as you came up. Is that even possible? As a woman who, I'm saying, I'm not sure that I ever am going to decode man's code. Yes. Why would you write this? And is it possible?
It's possible. Men are not as complex as we may seem. We're really rather simple. And as far as the Codes Decoded, Woman's Guide to Overcoming Manipulation, that's exactly what it is. A lot of women deal with manipulating men who have purposeful agendas to hurt them. And so what the book does is reveal everything that a woman needs to know in regards to avoiding that type of man.
You talk about how people need to walk away from unhealthy relationships. Right. You find that people kind of hold on to, for whatever reason, people hold on to those unhealthy relationships, and it's really detrimental, isn't it?
Absolutely. Toxic, unhealthy relationships are detrimental. They affect you emotionally and physically. And I find a lot of women, especially since women are nurturers by nature, they have a tendency to think that they can actually change a bad person, change a bad manipulating man into a good man, but that man has to make the decision to change. And so women, especially, some men as well, but women especially hold on to these toxic relationships in hopes of something changing, and it never does.
Okay, so what are some of the signs of manipulation? What are some things that women who are single or maybe are in a relationship and think they might be in a manipulative relationship, what are some things that you address in the book that people can be looking for?
Women who may think they're in a relationship with a manipulating man, some of the things they may look for is how he responds to her, how he acts towards her. It could be anything from verbal abuse to physical abuse, and then he'll manipulate her to stay by saying certain things or giving her certain things to apologize for his abusive behaviors. Also, some manipulating men are very, very smooth when it comes to how they verbally manipulate women and get women to believe in certain types of dreams or fantasies of you know, marriage and being together for the long haul and different things like that. They sell these women dreams just to get what they want from these women. And women need to look for signs as far as what this man is saying, the actions that he's putting behind those words, and if he's asking for a lot but giving very little. Those are all signs of manipulation. And the book actually uncovers a host of things, like if you're involved in a manipulative relationship or if you think that you may be dealing with someone who's manipulative, the book actually uncovers all of those things, the different types of manipulators, as far as the verbal manipulator, the sensitive manipulator who comes across as very sensitive and very caring, but under the surface he's actually very manipulative. You have all of those types of manipulators. The needy manipulator, who that's all he does is need things. He asks you for things, and he's just very needy. You have all of those types of manipulators that are uncovered in the book.
I haven't finished the book yet. I did start it, but I assume that you also talk about, because that whole verbal and physically abusive people, that's exactly what they do. That's the cycle.
Absolutely.
They're manipulative, and that's how they keep women in those relationships.
Absolutely.
I assume you talk about how and why women should break out of that cycle too.
Absolutely. The book also deals with accountability, because women have to take accountability for their role in the relationship, even if it's a manipulative, unhealthy relationship. So the book talks about accountability and what you can do to detach from someone manipulating you, what you can do to detach from a toxic relationship, because sometimes you just need that extra guidance or that roadmap to get to a place of emotional healing and well-being. So that's what this book actually is. It's kind of a roadmap to get you there.
Let's talk about how women can get this book, because I think that women who are in these situations feel really overwhelmed, and especially this time of year when things are just kind of heightened anyway, and people are sensitized to emotional things anyway. It's even worse.
Absolutely.
How can they get this book so that they can start the process?
They can go to my website, ljhamilton.com, and they can actually order the book from there, and it'll be delivered directly to their homes. It's also available on Amazon.com, BarnesandNobles.com, and BookDepository.com. But the best place to get it for the fastest delivery is ljhamilton.com. It's actually on sale now for the holidays. So it's actually something very beneficial that you can pick up for yourself or for a friend or loved one.
And I think it'd be a great thing to give to somebody who, a loved one who you feel like is in that situation, because it's hard to address. You know, it's hard to address it's easier to give them this and say, I just, want you to read it. Now, you do have another book
Yes.
that I'd like to just address or talk about quickly.
Okay.
Single. and I love your comment to me, being single sucks.
Right.
And that's true, and that's something that a lot of people say. What's the book about?
Absolutely, especially around this time of year. The book is great. It's Being Single Sucks and 9 Other Myths that keep you from living a successful life, because people, they have all of these excuses in regards to their singleness, and those are all myths, and it uncovers all of those myths, because you have to be successfully single before you can be successfully involved in a dating or committed or marital relationship. So that's what the book actually entails. It doesn't really give you 9 steps to meet the perfect guy or anything like that. It's not a dating book, but it's a book that actually helps you deal with whatever issues you may need to deal with in regards to yourself before you step out there and try to start dating and try to step into a committed relationship.
That's so true, because if you're looking for somebody else to
Right.
fill whatever hole is in you or whatever you're looking for in yourself, then you're probably just looking for a disaster.
Right, it's not going to happen.
No.
It's not going to happen. So the book is a great book, especially, again, the holiday season, when people are single and they're unhappily single and they're, they have all of these excuses as to why they're single. It actually helps you deal with each and every one of those excuses and helps you kind of embrace and appreciate this time that you have just to yourself.
All right. LJ Hamilton, ljhamilton.com. You can get Man Codes Decoded and also Being Single Sucks.
Absolutely.
These are great books you need to pick up. We'll be right back on Better Living.